Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Tuesday, November 10th, 2020, the day before Veterans Day. So,
Veterans Day.
We're supporting the troops every day, even on Veterans Day Eve. Exactly. So
absolutely,
especially tomorrow for Veterans Day.
And just a monstrous week for the military and veterans. With the yoga pants are there this week for the first time ever. Veterans Day, like, you guys deserve it.
You deserve it. Shout out Zero Block 30. Listen to their podcast. Subscribe to that. 5 stars.
I think on the yoga pants, Mark Esper, who put the yoga pants forward, got fired.
Yeah, turns out Trump
being
not a
too
fan of
horny?
yoga pants. Yeah, I guess he's
I mean, at least he went out on top with his greatest accomplishment, being left behind. You know,
that is
pretty good.
Ending on a high note for sure.
That is pretty good. Speaking of high notes, it snowed everywhere out west, and I love the snow. My house is covered in snow for two straight days. I love it.
How's the snowblind coming? How's Mike's snowblind?
Well, it hasn't snowed more, so I haven't been able to create the snow blind yet.
I've been thinking about it a lot, Will.
He's putting a lot of footprints in the yard, so I can see why I need to make him something where he can conceal himself.
But you know how initially we were talking
eat the
about
snow?
a cardboard box? No, you want to invest in probably one of those
plastic.
totes. Yeah.
I'll have something good. I'll have
Yeah, like a
something good.
Tupperware. Does he eat the snow?
I haven't seen it. He hides under bushes though in the snow, so he's not scared of it.
Nice. Because most
also,
cats don't like water, and then snow.
well,
turns
yeah, but
into
your cats,
water.
which he was one of. They love
Like,
water.
that's
They
true.
love water. You have
Yeah.
some water loving cats. No election talk today, everybody. The legal challenges from current President Trump continue. He's also mulling a 2024 run, like we had talked about on the live stream. So we have plenty of time to cover between now and when the Electoral College votes.
There just aren't any updates, right? So we're not going to talk about it until there's updates. I guess Biden's getting a task force together for coronavirus, which we kind of covered a little bit on the radio yesterday, but there's not any updates, right?
Not significantly that we need to talk about. I mean, if you want to see the allegations, go to Trump's Twitter timeline and you can see the allegations, but I haven't seen anything details yet. So merch, very importantly, most importantly, 4 Seasons Total Landscaping across from the Sex Shop tees are now on sale at the Barstool store. That's a commemorative tee for the 2020 election. Just a classic right there. You can live it forever just by buying the shirt.
You're going to want that. It's going to be an inside joke that's never going to die. You'll be rocking that 10, 15 years from now, and people will be like, ha, ha, ha. Did you get that early from the landscaping company? Say, yeah, they do my lawn.
Yeah.
Across from the sex shop.
And 2020 is such a crazy year. It's a great shirt to commemorate it. Also have a great fucking holiday ugly sweaters. Ooh, hopefully the Elon blazing a Fat J ugly sweater also coming back this week as well. Excellent merch for the Hardo Hive this holiday season. And the HAGFD tee is in black, of course, now, and the original logo tee and the Lockdown Turn Up for Charity tee still there. That may come in handy.
We were going to make it have a great fucking Christmas, but we didn't want to be too controversial.
Oh, buddy.
So it's have a great fucking holiday.
We'll edit that out. I'm sorry, listeners.
It was an inside joke. It was a little joke. It was a little joke.
What if you had?
Kidding,
What if
Pat.
it
My
was
entire
like
first
colors?
story is about Christmas.
Yeah, what if
All
it
right.
was like color options? You could have the holiday, you could have the Christmas.
There you
And
go.
to our Jewish listeners, have a great fucking
Hanukkah.
Chanukah.
Kwanzaa, you could do all of them.
Feliz
You could just
Navidad.
Thanksgiving, have a great fucking Thanksgiving. We could do all the holidays with HAGF and then the holiday letter.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So that's that. That's the top of the show. It's snowing. The holiday season. Everybody feel good. We don't have to talk about the election today. We probably won't talk about it for What the Fuck Wednesday. We'll definitely get back with it on Thursday. But we got a lightning round of other stories coming at you right now. And first up on that lightning round is good news, everybody. We're probably going to have the first good coronavirus vaccine from Pfizer, the American pharmaceutical company, this year, 2020. So,
Will, I think you got the company name wrong. It's Pfizer.
Pfizer, yes. For some reason, they put a silent P at the front of Pfizer, but it's amazing news, right? guys? I mean, because we've got new cases being record set every week. Deaths are ticking up in the USA for the first time in a really long time. So it's good news that we're going to have coronavirus vaccine, right?
It's incredible news.
What are you kidding?
It's the best possible news related to coronavirus.
Pretty good news. Don't get too excited, though, because the big brains at Mashable and other blue checks everywhere are quick to point out that we shouldn't be too excited for the Trump administration on this one, because Trump and Mike Pence, in their unbelievable hubris, tried to claim credit for the development of the coronavirus vaccine during their tenure, despite clearly only ordering the vaccine from Pfizer and not developing it themselves inside the lab and providing research and development funding to Pfizer. So no, just buying $2 billion worth of the vaccine. I mean, it's totally different, right, than funding the creation of it. Completely, obviously, right? You buy a house from a builder. You didn't actually build that house.
I heard it was
You
Biden.
just
I heard it was
signed on
Biden.
the line.
I heard it was Biden that got the vaccine.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, right?
I hate to do it to you, Will, but I'm going to make you unpack the joke because I feel like a lot of people didn't follow what happened on the internet yesterday.
Okay. So what happened was Mashable and whoever else, Big J's abound, got very upset that Mike Pence and everybody on the Republican side were giving credit to President Donald Trump for buying the Pfizer vaccine. And, they said it was part of Operation Warp Speed. And then everybody published articles saying, well, it wasn't actually funded research and development funded by Warp Speed. It was only bought by Warp Speed. So important clarification there. Can't give credit to the current administration. And so obviously that's a huge problem, guys.
And then there's a flip side to that coin, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Whoa. Yeah. I'm not done. I'm not done. Can you believe that Pfizer would announce this just 1 week after the election? I mean, it's clearly a plot. Clearly a plot to make the president look horrible. If you follow the implication from this blue check at the Daily Wire, he said, less than 1 week after the election, Dr. Anthony Fauci says that news of the Pfizer vaccine means that people could start getting vaccines this month, and adds that we would be giving vaccines to people likely before the end of the year. And I mean, guys, if you know Fauci, you know that this is a giant plot and that him and Pfizer, they work together to game the timing on this. I mean, obviously.
I see what you're doing, Will. You're playing both sides. I see what you're doing here.
Well,
you're giving it to both sides.
Fellas, when you look at the evidence that mounts up from both sides, it can only be a plot to make Trump look good and bad all at the same time.
How come people aren't happy that there's a vaccine that's 90% effective?
Should have been all dancing gifts. Just dancing gifts.
Like, why are people?
You don't know, Mark. You know that's not how the internet works in 2020, man. You got to be outraged about it in some way, which everybody was. It's the best news we've probably had all fucking year.
Easily.
And everybody can't just fucking
take
it as good news.
Incredible news.
Everybody freaked out.
Talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth. Jesus.
Yeah. FYI, though, not the biggest gift horse. This is a super cold storage vaccine, aka definitely not available at the checkout line at the grocery store yet. It's got to be stored. You got to go to a medical facility. It has to be stored 70, 80 negative Fahrenheit, something like a super freezer, right?
Like a sperm. It's like sperm.
Yeah. It's like exactly.
Now,
that
Will,
kind of storage.
Is this the type of vaccine that could survive in my my drop-in freezer where I put my hunting?
No, absolutely not. They're saying this thing is extra cold, so cold to the point that it's going to be a problem for the supply chains. So basically, what it's going to be for is nurses and the elderly who can get to it at the good hospitals that are going to have the extra cold storage.
So they have to figure out how to get this solution, this chemical solution, into a not freezing.
Right, more rural areas could get it that way, and you could get it at the grocery store if you didn't have to freeze it that bad. Yeah.
From what I know about Batman Forever, if you inject something that cold into your body and you're not genetically modified, you're gonna die. So how are they gonna get it in your veins?
They may have Schwarzenegger supervising all of this.
Oh, I bet it's like Dippin' Dots or like fried ice cream. God. Really? They had everything in that movie. They had everything. They had Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
they had Jim Carrey. They had Chris O'Donnell.
Right,
They,
besides
they
the
had
plot.
George Clooney. They had Uma Thurman.
It does just go from one sweet background setting to the next with no like plot devices.
Really should have been
Besides
better.
Schwarzenegger just saying like chill out.
Was it a Tim Burton too? Come, what happened there, man?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Was it who was the Batman?
Batman
That
was
was
Clooney.
Chris O'Donnell and Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a
It may
thing!
have been- it may
What a
have
thing!
been
They had a hit song too. Tommy Lee Jones. Everything, bro. God damn it!
That was a
God
good one.
damn it!
That was a good one. But yeah,
Oh, was it Val
so
Kilmer? Was that Val Kilmer? It was Val Kilmer. I'm sorry.
it was
I'm
Val Kilmer.
confusing
That
my
could be
Batman.
Part of it.
I'm confusing my
could be part of it.
Batmans. Yeah, sorry
could be
about that.
part of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
okay.
mean, they get confusing during that.
Batman
time.
and Robin is the one with Dr. Freeze in it, right? And
Stay cool, bird boy.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I combined
Okay.
my Batmans again.
Well, it's easy to do. There's been several. So we're gonna have to wait this one out, guys. We're gonna have to wait out and see what the spin zone is. Finally, is it a good thing to have a vaccine? I don't know. We're also gonna have to wait and see. What happens with all of this stuff. But lucky for me, I can wait out all of it in my incredibly comfortable Mack Weldon sweatpants. These sweatpants are like if Zeus asked the tailor on Mount Olympus to make him the perfect pair of sweatpants to watch TV in, and then I've got 2 pairs of them. So basically, I just
And
only wear them.
That Taylor was his younger brother, Hephaestus or whatever his name is, the guy that hammered him the lightning bolts, right?
The man with the golden hands
Yeah.
who made the perfect sweatpants at Mack
Yeah.
Weldon. And so with my 2 pairs, I just basically only wear them. I have one on. I wash the others as soon as those are. I'm only in Mack Weldon from the waist down, basically, because why would I ever wear anything else? Too comfortable. And we talked about it yesterday. We've got Singles Day coming up tomorrow, where everybody is supposed to treat themselves. That's Wednesday this week. Literally nothing more self-indulgent than a pair of these Mack Weldon sweatpants. Not only that, but they also have other clothes that you need: socks, whatever, shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, everything. And they have an excellent loyalty program called Weldon Blue. So score big this Singles Day, Wednesday, November 11th, which is also Veterans Day, and get 20% off your first order when you visit MackWeldon.com/factor and enter promo code FACTOR. That's MackWeldon.com/factor, promo code FACTOR for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
Fun fact, guys. Rapso was a nymph and a minor goddess worshipped at Athens, and she was is the goddess or the patroness of seam or stitch.
No, no. The light. Yeah, well, that's Stitch, but I'm saying I was right. It's Hephaestus. I was very close. He's the smithing god or god of the blacksmithing, and he created the lightning bolt. So you could maybe the 2 of them combined could do it. So my Greek.
I mean, do you want
had
to
a
wear
love
lightning
child.
My
bolts?
Greek mythology was on point, Pat.
They had a love child named Sweatpantius who created
Yes.
the perfect pants. And
We all
that's
know
who
about
made the Mack
Sweatpantius,
Weldons.
but that's a little bit too on the nose. That's why we didn't talk about Sweatpantius. We're going deeper than that. But
Right.
do you want a pair of sweatpants made by a blacksmith? I don't think so. That seems like that might be uncomfortable.
by the blacksmith of Mount Olympus.
Yeah, I mean,
AKA
pretty
just
good.
knight's armor. They're just knight's armor.
yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
if you go to Sweatpantius, if you go to podtrack.com, you can see a listing of the top podcast publishers in the world. And for the past 2 years, the home team, Barstool Sports, been in the top 10, which is a massive accomplishment. Huge. Love to see it, guys, especially when we're going up big against big dogs like iHeartRadio, New York Times, ESPN, NPR. We're there, baby.
Was
And
like
as of
a billion dollar podcast thing going on at Barstool, right? Like,
yeah,
just-
Brett, it's insane. It's
How
insane.
many downloads we get a month? A zillion?
Oh,
5
God.
zillion?
8 million uniquers.
Exactly.
sweatpantius amount of downloads. You're gonna
Yeah.
need new pants when you see the numbers.
You're gonna need a little bit more room in those pants. Hopefully, Sweatpantius thought ahead and gave you a little extra stitching in the front area.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Hardo Hive.
Space.
Anyway, guys, we've been firmly at number 7. You boys and girls at Barstool Sports. Way to go, us. Right ahead of us on the list, little company called Wondery, which was founded in 2016.
Wondery.
Wondery. And they have some big shows. They that show
They're about to be wondering what happened when we passed them.
when we flip flop
You know what I
them,
mean?
leapfrog them. They're gonna say, "Damn, I got to go hit up Rapso and her what was his name? The other guy?
Oh, Hephaestus.
And Hephaestus to get me some new duds to try to outrun Barstool Sports. Look, Wondery's had some big shows. They did that show Dirty John, which spun off into a TV show starring Connie Britton, Dr. Death, one of my favorites outside of Barstool American History Tellers. But guys, I don't like that they're ahead of us. I don't like it. And with some recent happenings, Barstool maybe is coming for that number 6 spot, Wondery. And that's because Hernan Lopez, who's the founder of Wondery and whose name is mentioned on every episode of every show that the network puts out, which is fucking annoying, by the way. It would be like the equivalent of at the end of every episode of Hard Factor, it said, this show is produced by VP of Football Operations, PFT commentator, and Dave Portnoy. You don't need to say it. You know,
like a legal disclaimer at the end that includes
at the end of every.
name.
I've listened to hours and hours of Wondery.
Sounds like that guy's got an ego problem.
Big ego problem. Yeah. At the end, it's Wondery. It's brought to you by.
Does he think he is Merv Griffith?
Hernan Lopez. And
why are you doing an ad for the owner's name? I mean,
who are you? Who are you, Hernan Lopez?
Shouldn't it happen organically if you're cool enough, Hernan Lopez?
Well, Agreed.
He's got a few skeletons in the closet, doesn't he, Pat?
Oh, hell yeah, he do. And that's why maybe they go on a 7 and we go on a 6.
Yeah.
Hernan has been charged with some good old-fashioned money laundering and wire fraud over alleged bribes involving the broadcasting rights to the World Cup. Damn.
Oh, yeah, they don't play around.
He's involved with the FIFA people.
They don't play around.
Oh,
FIFA. Was he caught by the soccer people because they're vicious.
So situation is Hernan used to, before he started Wondery, he was an exec at Fox TV, and I guess these charges got dropped back in April, but coronavirus, we missed him. Anyway, they're alleging that he bribed.
UEFA?
Oh no, CONMEBOL, which is the governing body of South American soccer. It's the equivalent of UEFA. Anyway, so they bribed him to win the rights to broadcast the World Cup, and back when Lopez was an exec there. So wire fraud, money laundering, not a good.
those like events that they have to like announce which country is going to have like the World Cup 8 years down the future are so hilarious because the countries like bring their most popular celebrities they can get, and they do this pitch, and some presentations are much better than others, and some are just like so shitty, and then all of a sudden that country wins because they just paid so much money under the table.
Qatar won, you knew that something was up. It's like
Qatar, the average
like 140 degrees.
Yeah, the average temperature in the summer is 192 degrees, and Qatar didn't even like do a presentation, and all of a sudden they won. It's
ideal soccer conditions.
Qatar.
Ideal soccer conditions over there in Qatar. Anyway, so hopefully this stumble step means that we taking 6 and they going back to 7.
So what does this mean for him? Because he was with a different company. Is he personally liable still, even though he was with them, and then now he's
realistically? Oh yeah, he's personally liable because I mean, if you go and fucking bribe, you bribe. I mean, that's probably what he went and did. He was like,
what's going to happen is they're going to stop saying his name at the end of every fucking show.
Yeah, maybe stop that. Yeah.
Well, so there's been a big shakeup in the podcast world, right? So Spotify came in and bought the Joe Rogan show. They also bought I think they bought Gimlet Media, which is like very similar to Wondery. So it's a bad time for Wondery to be having this big scandal. Hernan's not allowed to travel. He had to surrender his passport. He's on like a $500,000 bond. So not good. Not good for Wondery.
With this kind of news and Sweat Pantius on our side, I mean, Wondery's going down.
Spread the word. Every download to our podcast helps us pass those jerk offs as well. Okay, guys, stop.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The average interest rate on credit card debt is over 18%, guys. APR.
Damn right it is. Way too high.
Don't like it. Have you looked at your interest rate lately? It's not good. It's probably terrible. Why are you paying the man unnecessary interest that you don't have to? Why don't you refinance your high interest credit card balances and save with a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream? Rates start at 5.95% APR with autopay and excellent credit. Guys, here's the deal. Everyone's always afraid, like, I don't know if I should do this loan because it might hurt my credit. That's not the way credit works. Not the way credit works, guys. It won't hurt your credit. Just get it taken care of. The only way you can get it taken care of is getting a lower interest rate, because otherwise you're sitting in a trap.
Yeah. You know what hurts your credit? Having a lot of debt.
That's what hurts your credit. It's one of the major factors of what your credit score is, guys. You have it's your debt ratio. So they assign a debt ratio. They say you can take out $100,000. If you're 90 in debt, then your credit score is going to be pretty low. Anyway, the Lightstream rate is fixed. So it'll never go up over the life of the loan. There are no fees. You can get a loan from $5K to $100K, which is 1/5 of Hernan Lopez's bail, and you can get your money as soon as the day you apply. Lightstream believes that people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's exactly what they deliver. Look, if you're like me, you got a little bit of trouble in your 19s to your 34s with credit cards because you figured, fuck it. What are they going to do? Take my legs? Then you go try to buy a house, and yeah, they did take your legs. They took your legs financially. Yeah. But I use Lightstream to polish off the last bit of my credit card debt, and it feels fucking fantastic. I'm consolidated. The only credit card debt I have right now is through a Lightstream loan, which is a low APR. You got to get on it. This is one smart thing you can do for yourself today. Do this thing. You'll feel better when you go to bed. Also, our listeners can save even more with an additional interest rate discount. And the only way to get that, guys, is to go to Lightstream. That's LIGHTSTREAM, lightstream.com/a-factor. That's Lightstream, LIGHTSTREAM.com/factor. Quick disclaimer, subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.9 APR to 19.99 APR and include a 0.5 auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information. Mark.
Okay, guys. It's holiday season, right? It might not feel like that with everyone on both sides flipping out about everything, like in this election, including a vaccine. But yeah, you got the snow, so you're feeling it well.
You're hoping that like your grandma that you hate or your aunt that you hate doesn't hear about this vaccine. It's like terrible timing if you were going to get out of seeing people for the holiday, and all of a sudden
it's not coming that soon.
No,
it's
you
not
want to see
that
family.
Some of them.
But look,
you're not gonna, they can't get it by Thanksgiving.
There was definitely some phone calls that were made today from certain members of your family to other people that were like, "Hey, did you hear? We're going to be able to actually do Thanksgiving." There's lots of disappointment. I'm sorry, Mark, but yes.
That vaccine's not ready yet. No, look, Thanksgiving is 16 days away. Pretty crazy, right? That's really snuck up on us in this shitty year. Well, for some holidays,
that is crazy.
For some people, holiday season is very much here already, like Orlando radio station Magic 107.7 that decided and announced and started to play nonstop Christmas music this past Friday and will not stop through the new year. So they started like the first week of November, and they said, fuck it.
Aggressive.
We're playing Christmas music 24/7 for the next 8 weeks. What are your thoughts on that? Is it too early to start listening to Christmas music, or is it because it's a shitty year and people need some happiness? It's not.
I'll hand up. I'm going to admit it. We are the psychos that go straight from Halloween decoration to holiday decoration in my house because what happens is
you ignore Thanksgiving completely. Besides
basically Thanksgiving gets
who has Thanksgiving decorations.
Basically, Thanksgiving gets the holiday decoration. So
you don't have turkeys in the house.
What I don't know, it's too much work. I'm flipped. Well, I still have turkeys. I eat the turkeys, but there's going to be Christmas decorations around.
You don't have those
while
pilgrims,
I'm eating the turkeys,
the pilgrims and the pilgrim outfits, and then
no,
the
unfortunately, just go straight. So I can understand it now. Hearing it on the radio station is a business. That's a bold call. My house might freak somebody out when they walk in November and they're like, "Wow, this is early, aggressive."
Yeah. Someone making money off of it is someone making money off of it and getting listeners is weird compared to you just putting up decorations.
Well, you think that this is going to draw people? I think it's going to drive people away.
That's what I'm
that's too much Christmas.
Guys, little inside baseball here.
Oh, okay. How's the sausage made?
Terrestrial radio dying. Absolutely, this is a big swing. Big swing.
We need some listeners now because we're getting in trouble. Fucked.
Are you saying that they're sending in the car?
Yeah, they're absolutely sending in the car.
All I want for Christmas is
send in the car.
It's a major send in the car move. Personally, I'm not a huge religion guy, but I get pretty into the non-religious aspects of Christmas and catch that Christmas spirit, so to speak, every year. I'm not there yet, though. I'm not there yet this year. I might need to have an eggnog day this weekend and watch some classic Christmas movies, maybe both Home Alones. I don't know. I'm just not quite there yet. I don't think I'd turn on a radio station on November 10th or whatever and just blast Christmas music on a commute. But
I'm with you.
Who is it for? Is it like the shy Trump voter because who doesn't say anything until they get in the ballot box?
I don't think Christmas music's political.
No, but what I'm getting at is
people who love Christmas.
Yeah.
Most people you talk to,
you're acting like the problem here, Pat.
No, it's a debate every year. Yeah. Every year, people are like, are we fucking really starting the Christmas music? It seems like half of America is like, what are we doing? And the other half of America ain't saying shit, but someone must be buying into it.
This is more of a style choice, though, because everybody likes holiday music at some point.
But whoever says to you, like, yeah, I like to get it started early.
Well, there was that one bar in Austin.
Base coat.
There's the one bar in Austin, Texas that's Christmas all year round.
And that's a cool theme.
Lalas.
That's a cool theme.
I mean, I don't know. I think that if it even, because it's just one radio station, I don't know how bumping Magic 107.7 is the rest of the year, but if it's a classic, not great radio station and some people want to get down on this, it's probably a better than, a net positive.
I cannot hate on it. As a guy that leaves up my Christmas decorations for 2 months a year, I got to accept that they're doing this.
Yeah. And then remember, get our Christmas sweaters. This whole story was a plug to our ugly Christmas
Have a great
sweaters.
fucking holiday.
Holidays. Happy holidays.
I don't like that Magic 107.7 is owned by iHeartMedia, who's number 1 in the podcast game.
Soon to be
soon.
number 10 behind Barstool 1 through 9.
Well, this ain't going to help them. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
A podcast of Christmas music, I'm not buying.
Yeah. This is not their best idea. No.
We'll beat the Christmas station.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Who sings that?
Actually, I don't know.
Bing Crosby. Josh
Nailed it.
Josh Groban Christmas. I will
You know what I just thought about was us having to compete with a Christmas only station, and I just realized that it may kill us.
Who does a great
if we had to
Bing
go
Crosby?
head to head with Christmas only, I mean, that's tough. That's tough.
Wes does a great Bing Crosby.
He does. He really does.
I'll have to get him to do it when he's back on.
He does. Wes does really good impressions. He doesn't do enough of them. He's a fantastic impressionist. But
Absolutely.
when he's here,
Yeah, somebody tell him. Reach out. He's shy, guys. You got to DM him and tell him that. More impressions from you, bud.
Yeah. Bring the impressions when you come back, Wes, if you're hearing this. All right. Now let's take it to the place that Barstool is going, to the moon. A British company called Metalysis has been awarded a contract with the European Space Agency to try and convert lunar dust into oxygen. So lunar dust.
That's awesome.
Exactly what you think it is. It's dust
you mean
on the
dirt,
moon.
Will?
Dirt. Yep, there's a youtube.com/hardfactornews to see a pile of dirt on the moon's surface.
Breathable dirt.
What's this contract worth?
Did you say their name was Metalysis?
Metalysis, which
That's
is
an awesome name.
Metalysis.
Holy shit. Pat, can you name? Can you throw Metalysis in the naming options
for the kid?
We were talking about precious metals. Metalysis.
Pretty good.
Absolutely. I think it just became number 1.
Okay.
Straight to the top of the charts for Metalysis.
That sounds like a Greek god
Honey!
that you want to fuck with. Metalysis.
What do you think about Metalysis for the name of our baby? Metalysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
She loves it.
There you go. Kate approved. Beautiful. Metalysis and Sweat Panties are just running amok on the whole world in 2020. So in research they published, Metalysis. We're back to Metalysis.
That duo definitely fools around with each other.
Oh no! Yeah, you better hope they're stepbrother and sister.
Absolutely.
Research published earlier this year by Metalysis, and it's I think it's like estimated like 500,000 contract pat. It's not actually that huge, but the scientists affiliated
500,000. How are they even going to get to the fucking moon? They underbid this.
No.
It's a scam.
It's because it's just a process.
But you're talking about Metalysis. They don't scam people.
It's just a process. Let me explain this. So the scientists affiliated with Metalysis said they could extract 96% of oxygen from debris found on the moon's surface known as lunar regolith, whatever. We've talked about that before. It has ice in it, too. You can make water out of it. And leave behind a mixed metal alloy that could be used for construction. So basically, they can take lunar dust and get 96% of oxygen out of it that they can, and then they can leave behind metal. So lunar dust gives you oxygen and metal. Apparently, the process has been proven to work on Earth at the University of Cambridge, where Metalysis has been proving their Earth concept. Now they've won the contract to prove that they can do it in a moon environment. And well, I don't know. I'm just saying,
hey guys, what are all these amps doing in here? Oh, Metalysis is about to give their sales pitch.
I'll tell you what's happening.
Just turn it to 11, and they're just cranking the guitars.
These guys,
you got the contract, guys.
These con artists, The only work they did is coming up with their cool name, and then and then conning a bunch of nerds at Cambridge out of their out of fucking money.
This is cool.
Did they see the Theranos documentary? This sounds a lot like Theranos.
They've proved it on Earth. What I'm saying is this is cool. You think about this. You could make your oxygen
it's
water.
really easy to prove that you can create oxygen on Earth when you're on Earth, Will.
Right. If we can do it on Earth, we can do it on the moon.
Guys,
you're breathing my oxygen.
Catalysis.
That's the oxygen we made that you're breathing.
This is a really symbiotic situation.
Wait till you get up there.
Hear me out. Look, you're digging into the Earth, the moon's crust, anyways, because you have to go underground because you have to survive the surface radiation, which we've covered on this show. Now, thanks to metallysis, which is an excellent name, you can use all that dirt you just dug up to give yourself all the water and oxygen and building materials you need for the inside of the base. So, I mean, the moon. I'm coming around on the moon.
That sounds
fellas.
cool.
I'm coming around on the moon.
Back to the Christmas theme. Metallysis sounds like the name of what the Trans-Siberian Orchestra should call themselves when they play the Metallica version of the Here Come the Bells.
The lunar base should have that going on all the time.
Yeah, Metallysis.
Yeah. Metallysis.
Christmas Metallica.
I wonder if the lunar base is a strong base. I like things with strong bases.
So strong. Project Artemis, lucky for the USA, Pat, the European Space Agency, the ones who have this lunar moon dust project, partners for Project Artemis with the USA. That's the lunar base. So things looking pretty bright for NASA and the Space Force, if you ask me.
Total scam, guys.
Yeah, none of that stuff's going to work out for the moon people.
It's going to work out. One more
Total waste
point.
of money.
One more point. If there's any growers out there looking for a new weed strain name, moon dust or metallysis. Both.
Well,
I don't want to smoke metallysis.
The company could be metallysis. The company is metallysis, but the strands are like moon dust and other.
Well, they're already a company, so you have to do something
shit.
with it.
Yeah,
I would smoke moon base too.
Moon base.
Lunar.
Yeah.
Lunar regular.
Well, then
you moon base, bro?
You get really high, then you'd get low to the ground. Like all day, you'd be doing like base activities.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, kind of, but then my gravity would get so light that I'd be. It's like my base isn't even heavy at all. Think about it.
It's the first ever sativa, then indica.
You feel like you're on the moon.
Whoa, guys. Yeah, dying of not being able to breathe.
Of radiation.
Because the oxygen didn't work out.
Air.
That's weird.
Beautiful.
The oxygen worked on Earth.
But does it get rid of the radiation, Will? I mean, there's still
if you breathe in the metallysis air, you become a superhuman. I think that's obvious. So you're going to be safe.
Guys, the Russian Navy was engaged in a major military conflict recently after one of their nuclear submarines was attacked in Krasnikikov Bay off Vilshushnik, Kamachka, someplace in eastern Russia. That's what you need to know. Two adversaries
sounds remote.
Navigated their way through the water and up on top of a docked nuclear submarine, climbing up on the deck in what could only be considered a clear act of aggression. And the Russians, guys, they dispatched a specialist to neutralize the attackers, and the specialist fired a single shot, sending the younger of the two opposing forces right into the water, dead. And the whole ordeal was captured on camera and was released by Russian state TV recently in an awesome display of Russia's military prowess. Also, they were bears. It was two bears that climbed up on a nuclear submarine, and
that's pretty cool.
That's
awesome. Except for they killed them dead. The video. Oh well, at least one of them. I mean, the other one is dead inside.
There's the video. All right. So
the other one lost a life.
There's the live bear.
Yeah.
So why'd they shoot? Why'd they shoot
roof
them?
Of the
dude?
sub.
For no good reason, as far as I could tell. And the video was met with comments expressing like the general consensus. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Was that a bear and its cub?
Yeah, it's a bear and a cub.
Oh,
so they killed the cub.
They killed the cub to send a message.
So what did they do with the other bear?
The minx story. Now this.
I can't tell. Oh, by the way, they're building mass graves for the minx right now. That's like it's someone's job right now is grave digging for the minx. Like people were not happy online. They were saying, "What the fuck's wrong with these guys?"
Two men. Let the bears walk away.
Well, Will, you're gonna find out. So. Two men can be heard talking in the video, and according to a translation, they're more or less saying
it might be men in bear suit.
Yeah, it's possible, but they're more or less saying that there's no other way to deal with this. They literally say that this is the only way to deal with the bear.
Throw a salmon in the fucking water.
Well, couldn't you just wait? Couldn't you just wait? You can just
100% they
wait-
could have
just
waited.
Wait, you just sit there and wait, and they'll leave.
Well, Will, that
Yeah.
they could have gone and terrorized the nearby town was their rationalization.
Right,
Yeah.
the bear with its cub is gonna go attack everybody in town.
The bear was like just using it as like an express, like a transportation to get to the town to then kill everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't be a party to that.
Obviously, a man killing bear. That's so fucked up.
The man also said, "This is how you have to fight bears in Kamachka."
Well, they better have eaten the bear at least. If you're gonna take it out like that, you better have made the most of it.
I don't think they did that. Guys, this isn't the first time these bears have been terrorizing the town. Last November, a bear was filmed running around the streets of the town nearby after being chased out by police. And one resident said that another bear had been living in a nearby residential building. So essentially,
maybe
the bear
they
had-
have a point. Maybe these bears
Yeah.
are very aggressive.
Remember last year we did the story where the bears took over the town.
I think
That
this
was
is
in
the same
Alaska or
town.
Greenland, right? One of the two.
Oh, it was in Russia. I think it's
Oh,
the
it
same
was in
town.
Russia. It was this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
in
they
that
have a
case-
sour taste in their mouth, Will, from last year. So
Well, I still hope they
I just-
use the bear for you know, for its resources.
I just
Honk
like
the
how
town horn.
it was a fucking nuclear submarine filled with Russian Navy guys, and they had to bring in a hunter to kill the bear. Like, come on, guys, what are you doing? Anyway.
okay, guys, stop me if you've heard this one before. All the rivers in Russia are turning blood red again, and I didn't know Pat's story was in Russia, so we'll just go back to back.
Is it
Russia
the bear
here.
blood?
Yeah, it might be. Also, all of the ducks in this town in Kemerovo, Russia, in the Iskatimka River, are refusing to go in the water because it's so disgusting. I think Bubba's going to put an image up. So yeah, maybe the bears are like the ducks, and they just didn't want to go in the water because it's polluted, or maybe the blood from the bears caused this. Who knows? But yeah. So I guess this river
That's
and
dark red.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's like a beet juice.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's no explaining that unless you're in a fucking horror film. It looks like in The Shining when they open the elevator doors and just the blood comes out.
That one's
Whoa.
a different river,
That
Bubba.
is
Take
crazy
that one down
looking.
and put that one up later, Bubba. That one
Highly
go back to the
Instagrammable,
other
though.
pictures. Remember that color there. Go back to the other pictures real quick, Bubba, and look at this red. So that's the red you're looking at this year. So yeah, the ducks are just standing on the side of the river, refusing to go in. They're like, no. And look, maybe this is why we haven't heard from Pussy Riot in a while. I don't know. And it's going to be hard to get the true story out of this because all the journalists that would tell us about it are now part of the river because they're in the river with their blood.
Very strange.
Potentially. Actually, it's probably not blood, guys. I'm just kidding. That's just a fun and easy joke because Russia kills people. It's likely just very dangerous chemicals turning the water a beautiful rich red.
Oh,
as
no.
Kemerovo
Really?
is an industrial city with a bunch of plants and stuff. Yeah, residents are pretty concerned and taking to social media, which surely won't come back to bite them if the drinking water doesn't kill them. And they're saying things like, there are no ducks in the river. All are on the bank. That's what Andre German, a local resident, said. And then trying to explain this whole process off on why the water color is instead of water beet red, like Will mentioned, the deputy governor of Kemerovo, Andre Panov, said the city's storm drainage is a possible source of contaminated water. And it's like, but what's contaminating it? The storm drainage is draining what into the water?
The town could be
Andre.
cycling together. That
What
happened.
kind of plan is it? Did you see?
I didn't get the info on this one, but Bubba, if you want to throw that picture up again of the really red river, that one was from 2016, and that's the Daldakan River, and that was even brighter red than the one going on now. And
That was also in Russia?
Turns out, yeah, also in Russia for sure. It turns out that the Norilsk nickel plant, the largest nickel manufacturer in the world, is in that town. And after months of them saying, no, it's not us, and people being like, but we're following the path of red to the nickel plant, they admitted in 2016 that, yes, it was the nickel plant.
So it's probably just another nickel plant.
Yeah, it's probably just another nickel plant or something very similar to it. So don't drink the water.
Man,
if it's
groundwater.
red.
Have you guys watched the what's that? Aaron Brockovich, is that the one?
Yeah.
About the groundwater. Yeah, groundwater is fucked
And-
up when people like drain into it.
And the new one with Mark Ruffalo, or not the newish one, was about.
Oh, that one was
groundwater,
about
too.
fracking, right?
They're called
about groundwater, I
tits,
think.
Ed.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Anyways, get a Brita, guys, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you so much for joining.
Before we move on, we live update, at least while we're recording. Looks like Bill Barr is moving forward with some of those allegations, so we will have more news on that in the future.
Yeah, we will update you as new things come in.
Also, this show is executive produced by VP of Football Operations, PFT commenter, and executive producer as well, Dave Portnoy.
And president of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, and CEO of Barstool Sports, Erica Nardini. We have to say that, like non makes people say. So now that we're moving up the ranks, once we beat Wondery, we'll be saying that every day. Tomorrow night, I think we're having, or maybe tonight, we're having maybe a live podcast for What the Fuck Wednesday. Maybe you guys can join us.
Yeah,
we'll tweet that out.
In general, let us know. We're gonna try to do some more live stuff. Come up with good reasons to stream now that the election coverage is not going to be so constant. So
we might have a section at the end of tonight's What the Fuck Wednesday where we have the comment corner. So if you want to join and leave your best comments, we'll deal with them at the end, because it's kind of hard for someone listening to a podcast to understand like comments on the flow. But if we do a section on at the end and we announce it, it'll be perfect. It's just
we all had a lot of a fun ass time doing that election live stream. So I know we want to do more of it for sure.
We're itching
a little
to do
inside baseball for you.
Right. And for the Beeve, if you're out there, you were the only person that donated the night that we said whoever donates the most money to get the hat for donating to the Fatathon. You won with your $11 donation. So if you're for the Beeve, get at us. I don't know how. You have to prove it. Send your receipt and we'll send you a hat. DM us or whatever.
And if you're against the Beeve, fuck you.
Right. The username was for the Beeve. What else? Anything else? We talked about the merch. I mean, we're thrilled. We're thrilled to be here. We're gonna keep it going.
Live on Sirius XM every day this week, 10 to 11 Eastern. Barstool Power 85. I think it's looking like maybe we'll be able to set up a live situation all the time. So you guys will be able to call in.
Shout out Za last week. Shout out Avery this week. Some awesome producers at Barstool that are helping us out with that. We should be live, which is cool because we can take phone calls 833-85 stool 85 stool, something like that. And I mean, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That's very important to us. I've noticed that's been slowing down a little bit, so please pick that up. Leave us 5-star reviews. Steal people's devices. We need to get those numbers up. We love you guys. Most importantly, have a great fucking day.